And so you're saying the hypocrisy
well, let's put it simply, had we not been able to enter America when we did, Stephen Miller would never exist.
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will survive.
The man is a hater. He's a hater. He's a liar. He's soulless. He's void of humanity. He is a horrible, despicable, tiny, small human being who apparently let Elon Musk sleep with his wife, allegedly. Horrible. His uncle, we have a clip.
Piece you wrote, you described your nephew, Stephen Miller, as an immigration hypocrite. What do you mean by that?
It's an important question, and I have to preface my response by saying that I wrote this article more in sadness than in anger or resentment. Our family history is entirely dependent upon the fact that our family was able to escape from a terrible situation in what is now the country of Belarus. In those days, was part of the Russian Empire.
Your family first came here, I think, in the early 1900s.
The first of our particular group came over in 1903. They worked for a while peddling fruit and doing sweatshop work, and then they were able to round up enough money to bring over the rest of the immediate family. Everybody else who didn't make it, they were all swept away in the Holocaust and dead.
And so you're saying the hypocrisy
well, let's put it simply, had we not been able to enter America when we did, Stephen Miller would never exist.
And so this notion of chain migration, which is something the administration calls the opportunity for somebody who's come to the United States to apply to get their parents to come, their cousins, brothers or sisters to come, that has been part of your family history, of Stephen Miller's family history.
That is the classic story of virtually everybody in America who isn't a Native American or who was brought over unwillingly as a slave. That's everybody's story.
You referred to your nephew Stephen as an immigration hypocrite. Do you see this administration itself as hypocritical? The First Lady, her parents just got citizenship based on what the administration would call chain migration.
Well, let's think of it for a second. As far as I understand, Mr. Trump's grandfather came over, or either his father or his grandfather came over as an immigrant from Germany, trying to avoid draft into the German army. He's trying to find a new life here in the United States. His mother, I think, escaped the poverty of Scotland, looking for a better opportunity in New York City. And he is married as what's the count now? 3 immigrant women in the United States, and has just through chain migration, her parents have been made citizens of the United States, and I welcome them.
It's obviously always difficult to talk about race, and I always hesitate to even to bring it up in these circumstances. But the president has, there's been reporting that he's talked about immigrants coming from what he called shithole countries, talked about people from Haiti having AIDS, about people in Nigeria not wanting to go back to their huts as if everybody in Nigeria lives in huts. I talked about people, why shouldn't more people from Norway come? Do you see a racial component in this administration, how they view this issue?
All those epithets are the sorts of things which were said about Jews, Irish, Poles, Hungarians, and virtually Italians, Sicilians, Sardinians, everybody from Southern Europe, Eastern Europe, from the Balkan countries, were all condemned and vilified by the so-called America Firsters of their day. These people were described frequently as slime pumped out of the mud tanks of Europe, rapists, murderers, thieves, gangsters. And thankfully, the United States has made progress, as fitful as it may be, in reforming immigration laws so that we no longer had these racial quotas. It is hard to escape the conclusion, based on the administration's actions and policies rather than their rhetoric, it's hard to escape the conclusion that they want to disadvantage people coming from countries based on their religion, based on their ethnicity, and based on their countries and regions of origin.
Did it surprise you that Stephen was involved in this? That I mean, when you see him as a leading voice in this in the administration?
Sadly, it's no surprise. It appears that much of his professional identity and his personal identity has been wrapped up in this particular issue, though I do not know why.
Correction on my part, Dr. David S. Glosser is not a journalist. He's a retired neuropsychologist, formerly a member of the neurology faculties of Boston University School of Medicine and Jefferson Medical College. He has written a piece about his nephew because the hypocrisy is so rich. And he talks about, let me tell you a story about Stephen Miller and chain migration. And this piece is scathing because the truth and the facts undermine the very notion that Stephen Miller is espousing. You are a beneficiary of the very thing that you were denying other people the right to do. But isn't that tracks? And you think about, he talked about Trump's father, it's actually his grandfather, Friedrich Trump, who the Bavarians call a draft dodger. He himself admitted he immigrated from Germany to avoid military service. Well, that tracks. Cowards run through the Trump veins. It seems like they won't fight for anybody but their own wallets in their pockets. And also, correction, Dr. Glosser said that Trump's 3 wives, no, just 2 of them, Tiffany's mama, Marla Maples, is American. At least let me make sure, because Marla Maples may be from someplace, but I think she's an American. Marla Maples is his second wife that he was impregnated while he was married to his first wife. So he cheated on his first wife with Marla Maples, who is from Cohutta, Georgia, born in Cohutta, Georgia. So she's the only American. And his son is one of those, what do you call those babies? What do you call anchor babies? Barron, all of his children. Anyway, these people are hypocrites. They're liars, they're grifters. And it's amazing how gullible so many people are in this country that they want to cling to something so desperately instead of doing the work. I know work is hard, but it's rewarding.
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will survive.